Welcome to Creating Space. It's me, Sin. Your girl just got off a 25-day fast. I did it. Between the hours of 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., I was not allowed to eat anything, and I was only allowed to drink water. I have done several fasts throughout my life, or throughout this season of my life, I would say. This one, it hit different. It hit different, and it has definitely rewarded me differently as well already. From day one, I was feeling like, yeah, this is worth it. So I did get frustrated. I did get a little like hangry. Like, I just need to eat something. Okay. I just need to take some juice, eat some candy. They have a candy bowl at my job, and it's right by my desk. And the civilian that works with us always put Reese's in there for me. And he was stocking it up for some reason last week. And I could not have one. So y'all, I started taking the candy as if I was eating it and like putting it in my desk. Is that bad? Like, it was for me. Anyways, let's talk about it. Day one of the fast. Day one. Mind you, I said the fast started at 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. I woke up at 4:30. I get up every morning trying to make sure I would eat something before I went to go work out and everything. Day one, 4 something in the morning, I woke up to a text that was like, honestly, heartbreaking. It was actually heartbreaking. And I just looked up at God and like, yo, do you see? You see how they coming at me? I don't be doing nothing, God. I say that I'm pretty grounded. And so as I acknowledge like what the day was and what I was about to do, I'm like, okay, he ain't hesitating. He on my neck. Or at least trying to be. But God gave me dominion. You know what I'm saying? I'm on your neck. Uh but yeah, I woke up to a text message that was heartbreaking. I went to work. Yes, that had something. It was just a lot. I know some people probably are on my page from my past life or from my past ways, or people who are still presently in my life, but I know they don't want to say it to me, but I know they probably like, yo, who is that? I'm gonna just be honest. I'd be thinking the same thing. Who is she? Like, who does she think she is? Like, what's going on? And I say it time and time again, God, because this journey has not been easy. It has not just been a breath of fresh air. A passage I came across in the Bible said, I'm gonna sum it up, and I can't even remember where. Okay, forgive me, but it was saying that you would think when you and Jesus get close, like life gets easy. When you and God get a better relationship, life get easy. It doesn't. Like, you actually get the same amount of hate that He did. I think that's something that most people don't talk about. It is actually written in the book that the closer you get to God, the more you will be hated. And so lean on Him, because only He can validate you. If you are looking for the world to make you feel lovely about your transition, that's not how it's written out to be. You will be favored. He will send help. He will have your back. But the enemy will do what the enemy does, and that is to steal, kill, and destroy. So don't underestimate it, because baby, he be trying to me. But I did it. I did it. I did a fast that I've never done before. Kind of find out all those other fasts I did, they're considered worldly fasts. The only real definition of a fast spiritually is the absence of food. Food for thought, just in case you got that. Food for thought, just in case you actually wanted to. You're on your journey too with God. Day two of the fast, I woke up late. I woke up after 6, and I'm a person who wakes up in the morning. Like, I have a routine. I wake up in the morning. I fix my coffee. I have a Keurig in my freaking room. I literally roll out of bed, fix me a coffee, and I go to my Bible. Well, day two or day three, I woke up and it was after 6 o'clock. And I've seen or I've heard people say that they fast and they drink their coffee black or something like that. Mind you, that's not how I wanted mine, but that was my routine. And I wanted my coffee. I kid y'all not. I think I spent 2 hours Googling and Googling and in the Bible trying to figure out if I could have this coffee. And then something said to me like, yo, if you have to do all of this, because I couldn't remember. I could not remember if I was allowed to drink anything outside of water because in my mind, for some reason, I was just going to do that. And so I was like, I can have this coffee. She just said no food. She didn't say no. She didn't specify on drinks or whatever. And I spent 2 to 3 hours trying to figure this thing out, like just to confirm, like that I was going to be still in good standing with God. And then I realized, like, yo, I'm thinking too smart. Like, God is not the spirit of confusion. Like, I'm really trying to outsmart God right now. I can't have it. And mind you, I did find several that said like I could have black coffee, depending on what type of fast you did. And I couldn't really specify what type of fast I was doing other than a spiritual fast. Like, so can I have coffee or not? Either way, yes, I try to outsmart God. And I came into my senses came back to me. And I thought about it. And I was like, that is crazy. Soon as I went to go play day 3 video, 2 or 3 video, it said, it announced, mind you, I already had started the video. It announced the requirements of the fast again. I guess just trying to like keep everybody in tune with what they're supposed to be doing. And the first thing it said was only water for the hours of 6 to 3. The enemy was this close from getting me. And I was like, I almost threw it all away for a cup of freaking coffee. For a cup of coffee. And it made me think about the Adam and Eve story in Genesis. How the enemy was just like, you can eat off that. You can eat that fruit. You can have that. And I started cracking up because I'm like, yo, this fast gotta be rewarding because I actually do Bible study every freaking day. Every day. And I hadn't experienced this type of attacks or this type of I'm gonna outsmart God thought process. Like that never came to me. Like how can I outsmart God that I did Bible study today and I didn't? But I'm on a fast and all of a sudden I'm trying to figure out how can I manipulate the system to have a cup of coffee. I think we experience times like that so in life very like more often than we can acknowledge. The first time you say no to something, by the second, third time that it's presented, you might be like, maybe, and then next thing you know, yes, you're partaking in certain activities, engaging in certain conversations, just doing certain things because, you know, I don't know. I don't know what happens in that moment. Somebody tell me, like, what happens? What makes you be like, okay, what asked me a third time? In our mind, are we like, is that God? Is that what we're thinking? Like, are we thinking that's a signal from God that we should do it? Neither here or there. Y'all, stay vigilant. Stay vigilant because let me tell you something. The amount of information I was able to obtain from following somebody through this fast versus just like doing my Bible study is that it is truly, truly important, as I said in my last episode, to call a cat a cat. It's a lot of things that we have done that society that we are doing or that I've done because I don't want to talk about y'all that I've done, and a lot of it's because the verbiage that's used is watered down or the standard has dropped, and it makes you more comfortable with doing certain things. But like when you actually read the Bible, you'll be shook up on some of the things that she was like writing off as something so easily to do. Even when it comes to lying, like I'm a horrible liar, by the way. I always laugh. I don't know why. I think I be cracking myself up. But even when it comes to lying, like it's a sin. And so you're like the bill collector calling and you're like telling a lie just to get the phone. Like, am I trying to go to hell for a bill? No, I'm not. But in our mind, we're not thinking that way. So I just hope that we begin to move, or I hope that I continue to move a little smarter, a little wiser, a little slower to speak, slower to move so I can hear God. Because I almost had that cup of coffee. I almost had that cup of coffee. But the devil thought he had me. That's my song. I'm working on something and I'm super excited. Um I know that this is only episode 5 and the standard has been set that I will post one every other weekend giving you guys an update on my healing journey or what I have done. Well, I'm going to have to make a change in that. I am going to be going to post it only at the beginning of each month. I'll still give updates on what I've been doing, what books I've read over the course of that time frame, what worked, what didn't work, what I experienced. Da 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 da. Life had me in a chokehold. I was struggling with anxiety, depression, fear. I was struggling with so many things in the beginning of this podcast that I don't know if I shared in details, but I even struggled with driving myself places. That's how bad the anxiety was at the time. I couldn't drive anywhere without having panic attacks. So I only did like the necessary moves to work, home, to the grocery store. And some days I would get there and I would have to turn back around because the crowd of people or the elevated heart rate just was rocking my boat. But now, because of God doing his big one and helping me out and answering my prayers, I have a life outside of my home. And it's not that I'm putting God second at all, because my promise to him was, if he get me up out of this dark place, the world can have my story. And to be honest, I have yet to scratch the surface of it. I think that's what I'm working towards. But either way, I'm also no longer going to be posting my devotions on TikTok. At least not the books that you guys so love. So if you truly love these books, and it's been helping you, I don't want to take that away from you. So I just wanted to give you guys the title of the books one more time, because the whole goal was for me to create space for me in this world, which that means create space for me in this world also with my words. So, as I said, I'm working on something and I will still be posting, but it just won't be someone else's word. But either way, the devotions that I've been posting daily on TikTok is Daily Declaration of Faith for Women. If you want to get this, I've had this for quite some time. Believe it or not, y'all, all these devotions I had, this is like my first year actually, like consistently doing this. Sometimes it be the seed that's planted. Somebody brought me this when I wasn't even in the military yet. 25, like maybe 23, 24. Um, and I used to read it occasionally or even throughout the year. Like I would grab it, flip it, pick the day, and then, yeah. But neither here nor there. And then the second one, this is actually a book that was bought by my soldier in Korea. He brought me this, and it has been life changing. So I thank him. I thank him so much for this. But either way, the name of the book is God's Purpose for Your Life. You guys want to get this, and I know my lighting is bad, but God's Purpose for Your Life by Charles F. Stanley. So if you want to get that one. And then the third one that I'll be posting is Ayana Until Today. Dope, 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 dope. This month for September, it started off talking about trust. God Purpose for Your Life didn't have a theme for the month. But Daily Declaration of Faith for Women did, and it was for healing. So this month, I will be focused on healing and trust. And I think they kind of coexist as one. I don't think I can do, at least not for my journey, one without the others. So, you guys, stay vigilant. Stay on the enemy's neck. And don't give up. This is just the beginning. And with God, all things are possible.